can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you.
Hey guys, welcome to the Oracle of Lilith. My name is Amy, and today I'm doing a pick a card all about are you being haunted. So this should be a really interesting reading, and I'm so glad you're here today. Keep in mind this is a general reading. It's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Today I'm going to be pulling as I go, and I will be getting letters, initials, and charms at the end of each group. So we'll find out some initials of who could possibly be haunting you. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you the 3 psychic linking objects. They are 3 pendulums that were sent to me from Rosie over at the Abyss Tarot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you each pendulum up close so you can get a better vibe of each group. Group 1, you are the green pendulum or the tree. Group 2, you are the black pendulum or the Evil Eye Pendulum. Group 3, you are the Wizard of Oz Pendulum or the red pendulum. And I'm going to read you the quote on this one. This one says, "A heart is not judged by how much you love, but by how much you are loved by others." The Wizard of Oz. Okay guys, so those are going to be your 3 selections. I will insert a little video with some backing music for those of you guys who need more time to see which group you're drawn to. If you're drawn to more than one group, there's probably more than one message here for you. And with that said, I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures on the other side. Bye guys. Hey Group 1, all of you that were drawn to the green pendulum, this is going to be your reading all about answering the question, are you being haunted? If so, by who or whom? Keep in mind this is a general reading, it's a general session, so just take what resonates here and leave the rest behind. Isn't this a pretty pendulum? It's so pretty. Rosie over at the Abyss Tarot sent these to me, and I just think they're so, so pretty. So let's get into it and find out, are you being haunted? And if so, by whom or who? I got to tell you, whenever I see this tree energy, I feel ancestors. Okay, so this may be a little bit more complicated than just like being haunted, if you know what I'm saying. So let's find out. Let me pull some cards here from my Halloween oracle. Now my nose is itching. So when the end of my nose itches, I know there are spirits gathering, at usually pretty powerful spirits. I'm hearing like I'm the ghost of an ancestor. So this is, I feel like for some of you, this is down, long, 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 long down your bloodline ancestor. Old, old, old energy. This card wants to come out. This is the lamp, remembrance. Okay. Some of you guys remember your ancestors. You have an ancestor altar, or maybe you have a family who follows a lot of your genealogy and you remember those who came way down. Like I'm talking hundreds of years, you know, maybe even, I'm going to say it like 500, 600, 700, 800, maybe longer. You know, I'm just, you know, for those of you who are, you know, genealogy people, or, you know, maybe you guys know who your very ancient ancestors are. It feels like for some of you, that's how old this ancestor is. I'm seeing like a group of them actually. So let's get some more information. Tell me more about this. Are you haunting them? We have the skull of flowers coming through the ashes. Yes, to a degree, the future. Okay, so, okay, what I'm getting is it's like an ancestor haunting, if you will. How does that work? How does an ancestor haunting work? How do you want to explain this? It's the presence of your ancestors, okay? Making noise, causing a hubbub, letting you know they're around. And at times they may manifest as like a ghost-like presence, shadow figures and such. What I'm hearing is watch the shadows because there's a tell. And when the shadows are present, usually there's a strong message they're trying to get through. Okay, tell me about you. Tell me about this collective of ancestors that's coming forward. Definitely, we are definitely haunting you. There is a gentleman, very gentlemanly dressed, very formal as far as like a three-piece suit. It's a button-up suit. It's gray. He is darker complected. He's wearing wire rim glasses. He is a businessman. I feel like he's very successful. I'm hearing like, I'm not familiar with this. Okay, I'm not familiar with this. I don't know the history of this at all. But like the Harlem Wall Street, or the Wall Street of Harlem, or something like that. I'm also seeing I'm seeing business people. I'm seeing like an older gentleman with a full beard. He is lighter skinned. His beard is full gray, and it's weird because I'm seeing like the beard is kind of pointy, like it's shaped in a point, and then his like big mustache comes out in like a point. This feels like the not Charleston. What era is this? Not the Charleston where they did the Charleston era, but like the Charleston era. Am I saying this right? I don't feel like I am. I don't feel like I'm bringing this through correctly, but it's like a time in England. And the beard though is very elaborate. It's a very elaborate beard, okay? And this is someone's ancestor. These are business people, okay? And there's several cards that came out here. So I'm going to do this business. Okay, that one wants to come out, detective. Okay. All right. Now I'm seeing these. Okay, this one, this is someone who's dressed very formally. This is a woman, very prim and proper. Man, I wish I knew the time period clothing better. I got to tell you guys. I really, really do. This feels like a Southern lady. I feel like she is undercover. She's undercover in like the Civil War. Oh, I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling sadness here. We have King. We have teacher. Okay. That is who she is. That is who, that feminine energy, she was a teacher. Okay. I'm feeling like the king of industry. There's kings of industry presenting, okay? And this detective industry, this detective energy, this inquisitive energy presenting, okay? And I feel like we have several others. Let's pull a couple more of these. Tell me more about this collective. Tell me more. I'm going to pull 2 more of these that fell out. Tell me more. Okay, we have gambler. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, we're going to teach you how, we're trying to teach you how to make powerful choices, saboteur, so you don't sabotage yourself, okay? I think group 1, you have been sabotaging yourself. It's okay. Hey. We all do it, okay? It's something we all do. We all get scared, okay? I feel like these ancestors are coming through to kind of help you stop sabotaging yourself. This teacher energy is pulling me to her right now. You have to begin to honor the wisdom that you have, and stop saying to yourself that you aren't as smart or you don't know the things that you do. You have to allow the things that you've learned to actually mature into wisdom now. I think your ancestors. Okay, listen, sis. This is just you and me here, okay? I'm just going to be square with you. Your ancestors are frustrated, okay? And this is why you might have the banging. You might have a problem. Some of you guys are having some problem with some door, okay? Some door, maybe I feel like the door gets stuck, or there's a problem with the lock, or it just keeps coming open or something. And it's like you won't allow your wisdom to it's like you're blocking yourself in this because you're denying your own wisdom. You're denying the fact that you have learned these lessons. It's like you are refusing to embrace that you have now gone from being a student to a teacher in certain areas. Okay, and this teacher spirit, this ancestor who feels like someone who's very wise, who has sacrificed a lot for people in the past. And was a great helper to the community, helped a lot of people, was a healer in the role of a teacher, literally could have been a literal teacher, or taught people by acts of compassion. For some of you, this is a teacher who was like worked underground in some kind of way to help certain populations escape oppressive systems and things like that. This is a very powerful ancestor, and it's almost like this ancestor, for some of you guys in dream time, some of you guys in meditations, for some of you guys, this has been a learning process. This ancestor has literally been teaching you how to stop sabotaging yourself, and it's like you keep taking the final exam over and over, or you've taken it, you aced it, but you refuse to acknowledge that you finished the course, like you keep showing up. So I'm getting that message that you guys need to recognize that you completed the class and you need to let this go, okay? Now, I'm getting pulled to the gambler and the king energy here. And what I'm feeling is like this king is saying, and this is like a mixture of the different energies I saw and connected with before. And I'm feeling like this king energy, this very successful kinds of energy. And I'm getting some feminine energies now pulling into this as well. Literally, some of you guys have ancestors who were royalty, okay, in different places in the world. And gamble. Sometimes, more often than not, in order to be truly successful, it's a gamble. It's a journey, okay? You have to know that it's okay to shoot your shot, all right? And some of you guys, this has been coming through, listen, it's been coming through in a couple of readings, okay? And usually when I'm repeating a message, it's because it's important and someone needs to hear it. And it's going to come through until someone gets the message, okay? There's some kind of gamble you need to take. Because it's worth you taking. There's something either you're going to learn from it or profit from it in some kind of way. And you need to shoot your shot, okay? And I'm getting from these ancestors that they're growing impatient with this almost refusal, or this like, I'm not ready yet, I'm not ready yet. You're sabotaging yourself. You may feel like things aren't moving for you in the way you want them to. They're not moving for you because you're not moving. Now, some of you guys have taken your time because you got other things going on, but your ancestors want you to become aware that this is up to you now. You have to do the work. You have to do the movement. The 501, strife. Sometimes we stand in our own way. We cause our own strife. Because when it really comes down to it, we still have fear. Fear is okay. It's okay to acknowledge that you're afraid. We're all afraid of the unknown. We're all afraid to take a risk. And there's no guarantee that this particular risk is going to pay off. That's why it's a risk. But that's why it's worth taking, because you gamble, and sometimes when you gamble, you pay off. It pays off, okay, in a big way, right? So life is about taking risks, risk and reward, right? And even if it doesn't pay off, there's still something there for you to learn, to gain wisdom from, to keep moving forward. Okay, let me get a couple more cards here. We have the Four of Swords, truce. A couple more cards here. The Hanged Man. We had the Two of Discs, change. We get one more. And we have death. Okay. See, I'm getting pulled to the detective. And I feel like this energy around you, that it feels like it's haunting you, but it's not like a Passover loved one. It's like an ancestor that's acting like a haunted presence almost to some of you guys. Because there's a need for you to take a new view, to change your view of things. They need you to balance out the fear and the doubt. They need you to become more aware of how you block yourself with your mindset. There is a limited mindset here. There's something, we have the veil here in the future. So there's definitely energy. I feel like you guys have asked, and if this doesn't resonate, then there's another group for you, okay? Because these ancestors, I feel like they've been asked to help you with your future. Probably manifesting money or opportunity or something. And they're frustrated because I feel like you've come so far, but it's like you're dead in the water, and these ancestors can't move anymore on your behalf because now you have to move. And it's almost like you may feel with the Hanged Man here a little dead in the water. And what I'm getting is that there's a need here for you to take a new perspective on how you see the fear of taking these risks. Some of you guys need to make a choice. Either you're going to go all in or you're not. You're going to pivot into something else or you're going to go for it. And I think you want to do this. I think you want to take a risk. I think whatever this is, for some of you, only you and your ancestors know. This change, though, that you are resisting with the Five of Wands here and death, you're resisting this change, but the truth is you're sabotaging the balance that's trying to come in, that the ancestors are trying to bring about. I feel like this change is scary because, and I want you to know that I feel these ancestors around you. Yes, they're frustrated, so they're making noise and they're doing weird stuff. Okay, trying to get your attention. Move, damn it. That's what I hear. Move. Do something. Move. But it's really something that's very positive. They want to bring in blessings. They want to bring in all these things that you want to manifest. But there's something that you actively have to do. You have to move towards it. And some of you guys are lingering, and I understand the fear because the fear is lingered in the fact that this is different energy. This is something new. This is new energy that you may never have felt before, okay, in your life. This is like a whole new chapter, and I get it. It feels very, very new, very fresh, very scary. And you may have saw a little bit of a glimpse of it like a couple of months ago, okay? And it may have been like, whoa, I do not know. I do not know if I can do this. And it may have like dwindled a little bit, kind of calmed down. And then your ancestors started making noise. You may have something like that kind of going on. It may, the time period may be different, but you know what I'm saying. So what else do you have for my group one? What else do you have? All right. Okay. Okay, we have voyage and we have presence. Okay, so I feel like your ancestors want you to take a voyage to embracing the truth of your own presence. Okay, there's something here about you choosing to really walk in the truth of yourself and self-expression and doing the things that you truly want to do, even though they may scare you. Okay? This feels like part of the leaping towards yourself, leaping more towards self-expression and doing the things that now I don't want to use this word casually because I don't want you to feel like you should do everything you have an impulse to do. But there's something that you want to do, you have an impulse to do, you may feel a little weird about it, it may feel strange, it may feel very risky, but you still want to do it and you've thought about it. That's probably the thing the ancestors want you to do. Now, what I'm getting here is that it's going to help you connect more to your very presence. Some of you guys may have really battled being present in your vessel, like embracing the moments in your life. You may have suffered from a lot of trauma, a lot of generational issues. You may be a generational curse breaker. And all of this is kind of related. Because I feel like you're moving from a state of where you're like constantly living in the heavy energy of like generational issues to moving into new energy where you still may have some of that going on, but you're also moving into energy where new things are manifesting out of the ashes, creating through the ashes. That's what this card is about. Okay? But in order to create through the ashes, you have to start the movement to something new, to that thing, that leap, that movement that you want to make, and your ancestors are telling you to make it, but you're reluctant because you're leaving. You may even feel like you're leaving a part of yourself behind. You're leaving a part of your history behind. It will always be a part of you, but you're embracing a new aspect of self. And it can be scary. Okay, so be kind to yourself. All right, let's get you some letters, initials, and some charms. Hey, group one, these are going to be your letters, your initials, and your charms. Keep in mind it's a general reading, so just take what resonates. These could be your initials, their initials, a meaningful word, a screen name, a nickname. Just take what resonates. We have EPOFFJUOCTAORRTCAYB. Okay. We have an acorn here, and you picked the tree pendulum. And what I'm getting with this is with all of this powerful ancestor energy around you, this is a reminder that the seed and the tree are the same. Okay, so you are the seed of your ancestors, and the abilities and power and success that they had in their lives is possible with you. Okay, their compassion, their traits are possible with you as well. So remember that. Okay, you carry their DNA within you. So when you feel like maybe you have a moment where you're in doubt, you feel like sabotaging yourself. Remember the strength of those who came before you and how there were times they too wanted to give up, or maybe they didn't believe in themselves, maybe everyone gave up on them, and they had to keep going in the face of adversity. Remember that, okay? Because that same strength that lived in them lives in you, and it lives on in them too, and they're rooting for you. You have a lot of really powerful ancestors rooting for you. They came through this reading, okay? They said, oh, we're going to talk. We want to talk today. Now, what I'm getting here is we have the number 6 that came out with the dice. 6 for me is about material manifestation. So I think they really are trying to help you with your material manifestations. Now, we have a wine glass here, charm, and we have another drink. We also have the shell here. I'm getting like you guys need to do some offering work with your ancestors. Okay, some of them want like a plum wine. Some want honey. Some of you guys, shell casting is a type of divination in certain kinds of indigenous cultures. You might look into that if you're drawn to that as well. We have thimble here, and I'm feeling like you need to up your protections, okay? Especially as you start to make power moves. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to do some big moves, okay? And that's kind of what your ancestors are frustrated. They want you to make these big moves. And I think they're wanting you to do an offering, like a special offering, and ask for their protection. This will help give you the confidence that you need to make these movements. Okay, ask them for confidence. Ask them to be present with you when you make these moves. Okay, I feel like this is a grounding stone. This clear stone reminds me of clear crystal quartz. Ask them to amplify your gifts and abilities. Ask them to point them out. Some of you guys need to do a road opener or an unblock me spell work if you're into that. If you're not, do some praying, do some chanting, whatever you do to work with your ancestors. If you made it this far, you definitely either work with them or pray to them, or they're around in some way, okay? They're needing you to do some more interactions. For some of you guys, bells, the sound of bells are going to be alignments for you. Symbols, synchronicities, and things have to do with bells, hearing bells. Some of you guys are actually hearing bells. That's your ancestors, okay? And I'm feeling like this, I think this is Jesus in this charm here. I'm feeling like for a lot of you, they hear your prayers. I'm getting that very strongly. Like your prayers are being heard, okay? But in order for your prayers to be answered, there's action that needs to be taken place. Some of you guys may be patrons of Saint Expedite, okay, Expedite, however you pronounce it. People pronounce it differently. Or a different saint, okay? I feel like the saint is coming through here as well. Whatever this is, I feel like you need to know that you're protected, okay? And there's just some action that needs to happen on your behalf. Leave an offering. For some of you guys, it's some kind of wine, or if you don't have access to wine, or you are not able to get wine, some kind of like fermented juice or grape juice or whatever is substitute in your particular practice, okay? I'm also getting like the stuff of bread, so like flour or bread, especially if poverty or hunger was an issue with any of your ancestors, okay? That will be very powerful. I'm also getting like sunflowers. Sunflowers are going to be a sign of your ancestors. Also, it is an offering that you can give to them as well. All right, group 1, that's what I received for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hey, Group 2, all of you that selected the Black Pendulum, the Evil Eye Pendulum. This is going to be your reading all about, are you being haunted? If so, by who or by whom? Keep in mind this is a general reading. It's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Okay, let's pull some cards, and I'm going to get like a general kind of vibe on what's going on here. I'm going to pull from these two decks first. I'm kind of feeling drawn to the Mystery House. So tell me about Group 2. Is Group 2 being haunted? I feel like you're being watched, okay? You may be having, because we have the eye here, I feel like you're definitely have this creepy feeling like you're being watched. I'm seeing somebody in their living room, just having that general feeling of like, is someone behind me? Is someone watching me? I'm getting like someone getting up and looking outside. You may live in the country, or even if you don't, you may have like some trees around you that you're kind of suspicious of, or you may feel like someone's watching you. Some of you guys may feel like you're being stalked or something like that. Just keep in mind this is a general reading, so take what resonates. But there's definitely a feeling of like someone's watching me. Someone's watching me do stuff. Some of you guys may be hearing whispering as well. Troll, triggering troublemaker. Okay, so there feels like there's this general energy around you of like just uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. Halloween, celebration, special occasion, reunion. We have sleepy hollow, nightmares, losing sleep. Okay. All right. Let me pull a few other cards here. Let me put this back over here. Tell me more about this. Okay, so some of you guys may be having some weird experiences at night. Maybe you're waking up and hearing your name called, or you're waking up from nightmares, or you're having very strange sleep experiences. Some of you guys, I'm seeing someone getting poked, like I'm seeing a finger going into someone's side, or someone feeling like their leg is being touched, or the tip of their toe, or something about someone's feet. Like you don't leave your foot outside the blanket because you have felt someone touch your foot before. Tell me more about this. Is my Group 2 being haunted? Is a haunting going on for my Group 2? Vampire, emotional intelligence. Werewolf, exploring wildness. Get one more. We have apple, risk, and reward. Tell me about this energy. I want to know more about this energy. It feels like there is an energy about you. Okay, there's definitely an energy. A Dawn 1. Well, I want to know. I want to know about this Dawn 1 energy. I almost feel like you're being touched by this energy. Some of you guys have some kind of energy around you that's kind of like obsessing with your energy a little bit, or a lot bit. It definitely feels like a spirit. It doesn't necessarily feel like a loved one, though. Tell me about this energy. Okay. Yeah, this is a loved one, but it feels like it's not a like loved one. I don't mean it's like a passed over loved one. This is somebody who has affection for you, who is like obsessed with you. That's what I mean. When I saw this picture, I was like, yeah, it's someone who is in love with you, or an energy who thinks they're in love with you or is obsessed with you. It's not like a passed over loved one. I want to make that really clear. This is a spirit who has grown obsessed with your energy. Okay, some of you guys may work with spirits. Okay, and there is a Queen of Cups here. And we have, what is this card? I read these cards intuitively, so it's a little different than other like tarot decks. And what I'm feeling, what I'm more than picking up than anything for this card is that this energy feels like you're a light. It's like your light is very bright to this energy, to this spirit. Okay. Your light is drawing the spirit to you. Okay. It reminds me of Carol Ann in the, what is that movie? Poltergeist. I'm not saying it's Poltergeist. I'm saying that this spirit that you are experiencing, if you don't resonate with this, then this isn't your reading. Okay? Just flat out. All right? This spirit is drawn to your energy. Okay? And you're feeling its presence. You may be feeling it touch you or whisper your name, or when you feel uncomfortable, it may be around you. It's drawn to your light. And it feels like it's kind of fallen in love with you as much as a spirit of this type can. Tell me more about this Don Juan energy. Now, I hesitate to say it's like romantic, okay, because it's a spirit, all right? Spirits can get obsessive. They can have like affection, but it's a spirit and you're a person, okay? So it's an energy. Okay, that's drawn to your light for multiple reasons. I'm hearing for multiple reasons. The Three of Wands here. I think it's because, first of all, you have spirit medium tendencies. Some of you guys deny this. And this spirit feels like the power flowing through you. It feels like some activations going on. And I keep getting pulled back to troublemaker, nightmares, losing sleep. And I think it feels like it's trying to communicate with you and it's failing miserably. It's just having a really hard time because, number one, your light seems to be very bright and it's having a hard time like communicating through that. Yeah, let's keep going here. We have the Six of Pentacles, and we have the scales here. And here's the thing. I feel like we have the Star here as well. I feel like this energy wants to be a familiar. Okay, if you guys are into magic, or if you guys are witches or whatever, I feel like this energy could be a familiar that's coming around. Okay, and they want to be of help. Like they want to help you. All right. But of course, you don't have to accept it. This energy though is having trouble, like communicating. I think they're having trouble getting like you to realize what they are. And I feel like some of you guys don't maybe resonate with the whole like having familiar spirits or being a spirit medium. Maybe you've never had a familiar spirit, or maybe you've never had a spirit approach you in this way, and so this is kind of new. Sometimes they can get real loud to get your attention. This is a spirit that hasn't settled on a vessel. Okay, this is a spirit that hasn't settled on, you know, a vessel basically. So it's kind of just like around you. All right. I would like to know more about like this energy. And we have risk and reward. And I feel like this spirit here, it's almost like they're holding out, like, I feel like it's holding out this energy. Like we have worked together before in a past life. And if you want to, I'm here. But I can only try to keep communicating with you for so long. And if I get this energy, it's a primal energy. If you don't want this, then, you know, I will move on. But I feel like this energy doesn't want to move on too. So it's different. It's confusing. I think it's different for different people, because there is a big past life connection with this familiar energy. If this doesn't resonate, then this won't be your pile, okay? People think haunting is always like, relatives and things, and it can be other things, Okay, tell me more about this. So for some of you, this is a spirit that wants to be a familiar. This also could be a spirit that's coming forward to help teach you about your spirit medium abilities, helping to work with you so you can harness it more. We have Holy Gate. The doors of pure happiness will soon be open. Okay, so I feel like the spirit, although I feel like for some of you, this spirit is triggering. It's unnerving. Part of that strong reaction to the spirit is that underlying past life energy, because it does make you different. It does. It makes you different. It makes you a little weird. It makes you a little strange. And if you're not ready to really embrace that, yes, it can be difficult. It can be. And if you don't want to embrace this, yes, you can absolutely get rid of the spirit. Okay. It's absolutely possible. There's all kinds of ways to do it. If you're scared of it, you can still get rid of it. Okay. But I'm telling you, there's really no reason to fear this. Some of your nightmares, your losing sleep, have to do with the past life, okay? And if this spirit is upsetting you, the reason this is happening is to heal that life, to heal the wounds from that life. Because if you look around your life right now, you're probably dealing with some of the wounds from that past life. Okay, and that's why it's coming to the surface, and that's why this spirit is coming forward. Because as you're remembering this past life, your gifts from that past life come forward, right? And I feel like in that past life, you were very powerful. You had a lot of spiritual abilities, and one of those was, some of you guys were necromancers, some of you guys were spirit mediums, you talked to the dead. You're very powerful. Okay, some of you guys were witches, real witches, or shamans, or worked in shamanic practices, were high priestesses or priests, or what have you. And I'm more focused on this holy gate. Okay, I feel like this is all being brought to the surface as a movement and a doorway, a gate being opened for you of self-acceptance. Are you ready to accept fully all your gifts and abilities? Are you open to working with an aspect of your gifts and abilities that might make you a little uncomfortable? It might make you embrace things about yourself that make you feel a little weird, You have free will. You don't have to. But I think you might want to by the time this is all over. But it really is up to you. Okay. Now, I do not feel this spirit is going to harm you. I do not feel the spirit's going to harm anybody else. I feel like the spirit wants to work with you. Okay. The nightmares are not being caused by the spirit. The nightmares, the fear, all of that is catalytic, and it's coming from this past life energy. And the best thing you can do is kind of like ask the spirit, like, what is it about this? If you don't remember, ask for those memories to come forward. Start writing down your dreams. Ask spirit when it comes around. Succubus, dark feminine energy user. Ask the spirit about the past life. Okay? So I feel like in this past life, you probably worked with the dark goddess. Okay? We have staying put, no movement. Right now, you're probably experiencing a lot of stagnation. Unique, one of a kind. There is a need here to own the darker aspects of both your primal self and your spiritual self, your gifts and abilities. And this spirit is part of that. Okay. There's a need here to overcome risk and reward. There's a need here to overcome a lot of fears of self. fears of the truth of self. There's also a need here to understand and own your needs and desires. That it's okay to want and need things in your life. It's okay to want and need people, places, and things. Okay. This spirit literally sees your angelic aspect. We have succubus here. Okay. But this energy sees you as this angelic energy with a darker aspect, like a dark angel energy, and is drawn to it and wants to help this energy, wants to help you rise, wants to help you heal and embrace the truth of you. Okay, wants to help you in all your endeavors. I'm hearing like wants to help you manifest more of your gifts and abilities, more of your shadow, more of your truth, more of your authenticity. Wants to really help you with your risk and rewards. Wants to help you be able to take the risks so you can get the rewards. You know, willing to help you and wants to explore your primal nature, your wildness, okay? And really helping you move towards emotional intelligence. And the thing is that, you know, we have a happiness card here. We have faith, hope, and love in this star card. And this card really is about charity. This is a very charitable spirit, although it may not feel like it to you. And the initial feelings about it really have to do with this past life energy. Because I feel like a lot of you had some very negative experiences because of your gifts and abilities in the end. And some of you like swore off some of these abilities because of the negative consequences. And it's different for different people. Okay. The trauma from that life is different for different people, but it's part of the healing process that you're going through right now. Okay. So are you being haunted? Yes. But by more of an energy from a past life or a familiar energy, an energy that wants to be a familiar to you. Now, this familiar type energy wants to help you with your magic or manifestation, your healing, etc. I'm hearing and I'm feeling from this energy that yes, it would love to be attached to like a cat. I'm also seeing a dog. Okay. I'm seeing all kinds of different dogs. They're so cute. Really any animal, but not necessarily only animals. I'm seeing I'm seeing plants as well. So this energy is more open, and non-restrictive. As long as you have good, telepathy with this being, as long as you have a good way of communicating, the vessel doesn't matter. That's what I'm getting from this. So take it as you will. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get you some letters, some initials, and some charms. Hey, Group 2, these are going to be your letters, your initials, and your charms. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. These could be your initials, the spirit's initials, a meaningful word, a phrase. I'm just focusing all my energy on everything that landed on the obsidian mirror that's in the middle of this other magical mirror. All right, so I'm going to read off the letters for you. We have YZECJYEIBCEZYMAROTIO. Now, these could also be initials of perhaps the name they want to have or something like that. So that just came in as a psychic hit, so I thought I'd share that with you. Now we have quite a few charms here. We have like a tiger's eye ball here. All right, so I feel like they have good luck energy. Oh, I have one more. Here. We have A. Okay, another A. So I feel like they have this ability to give you good luck. I think they can be very helpful for working with your chakras as well. A lot of healing. If all you did was work with them to heal, I think it would be a very good move. Okay, there's a lot of healing energy with this particular spirit here. We have the number 5. Fives are about change. I feel like they could really help you. We have a feather here. So feathers are going to be a sign for you guys. We have a purple stone. And I feel like they could also help expand your third eye. I'm feeling a lot of chakra and energy work with this particular spirit. Okay. We have a witch charm as well. I feel like some of you guys haven't really dealt with the fact that you were a witch in a past life, and you have those witchy abilities now. This is a postcard. Okay. I'm hearing like a postcard from the past. All right. Those abilities. Okay. Let's talk about past lives. What is the value in knowing your past life? I mean, who really cares who was Cleopatra? Why would it even matter now? It's not like you get to wear the crown now. What's the value? The value is all the gifts that Cleopatra or whoever had. You get to pull those gifts forward. So say you were a powerful writer in a past life. You're a famous writer. Well, you could pull some of those gifts in writing and vocabulary and things like that forward into this life. So it's kind of like that. So that's the power in remembering your past lives, is that you have access to those gifts you gained, the knowledge, the wisdom of those past lives. Otherwise, being queen, Nefertiti or whatever, it doesn't really matter, because in the end, we're the same. We've all been kings and queens. We've all been lower than low and higher than the high. And labels don't really mean much, right? What's really important is the experiences and the wisdom and the gifts that we bring forward to help ourselves and to help other people. And I feel like the spirit is very strong. I'm also getting like tiger's eye might be a really good crystal or stone for you to get to kind of like start working with the spirit. It might be a stone that it kind of like, I'm hearing like attached to kind of like a point of like direct working with, if you know what I'm saying, like a point of conscious, like, that it's attached to the stone, and when you pick up the stone, you're working with the spirit, like consciously knowing it's attached to the stone, not saying that it is encased and trapped in the stone. We're not saying that. We're saying that consciously aware that the spirit chooses to kind of like work with the stone to work with you. I do feel like some of you guys may be unnerved by this. And if you're unnerved by it and, you don't want to work with it, what I'm getting is you need to clear your space. When you start feeling unnerved, when you get scared, I need you to like lemongrass, Palo Santo, play some clearing music. There are several Archangel Michael clearing prayers you can do. Do them often. Do them all. Whenever you feel the energy and you don't like it, play it, okay? Repetition is key, okay? Eventually, it will clear. Now, the Art of the Root has some psychic clearing spray that I highly recommend. They have all kinds of very, very, really good products, but their clearing sprays, their spiritual sprays are really good too. And I highly recommend those. You can spray those around whenever you feel that feeling. Spray it around. Eventually the spirit will go. Okay. It's not something that is going to stay around if it's not wanted. Okay, but I will say to you, there's something there for you to learn. Okay, it's an opportunity for you to grow. Okay, guys, that's what I got for you. So if this resonated for you, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hey Group 3, all of you that selected the red pendulum, the Wizard of Oz pendulum, this is going to be your reading all about, are you being haunted? If so, by who or by whom? I'm going to go ahead and read your little charm here, if I can, you guys. It says, A heart is not judged by how much you love, but by how much you are loved by others. The Wizard of Oz. So, are you being haunted? Yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys are, by a loved one. Some of you guys, I'm picking up on children here. So, let's just get into it. All right. Keep in mind, it's a general reading. So, just take what resonates here and leave the rest behind. So, I'm going to pick out some cards here. I'm going to go with this deck and first, and we'll see what comes forward. All right. Is my group 3 being haunted? Feeling children. I'm feeling some elderly. I'm feeling some taken far too soon. I'm feeling a spouse. A young spouse. Yeah. Okay. We have strength in reverse. It came out in reverse. Have joy. They're all in reverse, I think. Joy in reverse. We have rejoicing in the present. Yeah, there's a lot of sadness here. This is something that's still being grieved. We have eternal love. Love is love, and it transcends physical death. Yeah. So this is deep, deep love. Okay. If this is not a family member, this is like a friend or a loved one. There was deep, intense love. There was a bond of some kind, okay, and it has transcended death, okay? I want you to know that this person is still very much in love with you. They still send you their love. However, it's not a possessive type love, okay? That kind of stuff is released, okay, when we pass over, all right? I feel like some of you guys, especially if this is romantic, you might feel like you can't go on, especially if there's a marriage bond here or a long-term commitment here. Some of you guys may feel like you're having trouble moving on, making the final movements away from this person. For some of you guys, if this is children, you still may be having a hard time kind of moving on, maybe thinking about having other children and the thought of having more kids. Kind of breaks your heart, and just know that, nothing will ever, just to even think that, it just makes me want to cry, they live on. I'm hearing like I'm in the other room. I'm just in the other room, literally. And one day you're going to walk in the other room and I'm going to be there. But don't be alone. Don't hold back on having other children. Don't shrink your life because I'm not there. Okay. Tell me more about this group. There's a group. There's a group of them. There's a group of loved ones. So group 3, you are being haunted. You're being haunted by a loved one. Someone was an athlete. Someone was a mentor. Could be the same person, could be different people. We have a group presenting. We have a warrior. We have someone who was artistic. We have someone who was a beggar or felt like they were always begging for attention. Ah. I feel like this beggar card is about somebody here felt like when someone passed that you didn't let them know that you loved them or cared about them. Maybe there was some bad terms or bad words said, or you weren't on the best of terms. I want you to know that they know that you love them, that it's all okay. All right, it's all okay. The warrior here, I feel like this is someone, I feel like someone who died possibly in a wartime situation or a battle type situation or involving some kind of pew-pew violence situation. Okay. I'm feeling the athlete as someone who was taken too young or the artist taken too young. I'm hearing like I was just beginning to really create. And for some of the artists, that their children was their art. For others, their art was their children. I'm hearing. I'm getting a little bit more energy. We have trickster and we have hedonist. Okay, we're going to put that down with beggar here. I feel like there's a lot of guilt. Some of you guys have a lot of guilt about this passed over loved one situation. Maybe you feel like, especially if this is a child, perhaps you were going through some tough situations. Perhaps the child was, whatever the love bond, okay? The love bond can be different things. When I'm picking up, it can be mom-child, you know, partners, it can be brother-sister, whatever it is. It's an intense love bond. What I'm focusing now on is the mechanism. I'm focusing on the dysfunction, okay? The reason why they're coming forward today is because there is guilt by the living party, by the party that is still present in this now, okay? A feeling of being disconnected, a feeling of not doing right by the person that passed over. Now, this could be vice versa. So I just feel like that's not as many people, but please take what resonates, okay? Don't force the story, but if you need to flip it, okay? I do feel like someone has addiction problems, or someone did have addiction problems, okay? And it may have caused some distance here. I'm hearing war is hell. I feel there may be a warrior presenting here who had some PTSD issues. Or this could also be an energy, a warrior type energy that had a very hard childhood or life. It could be someone presenting as a brother, was a good friend that was like almost like a brother or a sister or a sibling. They were a friend that was so close, like soul family, okay? And I feel like this energy, trigger warning, may have come to a demise that was, I'm not going to say the word, but if you know, you know. Costume, pretending, unhappy home or place. Yeah, I feel like this energy, a very unhappy home, very unhappy. I feel this lightning as an event or something that happened for this warrior. Could be the trauma of being in war, could be the trauma, may have been forced to become a warrior as a small child or at some point in their life because of a traumatic event. I'm feeling very overwhelmed by this warrior energy right now. And kind of had to wear a mask a lot of their life. And because of this masking, a lot of people didn't see the end coming, if you understand my phrasing. I'm not saying the word. I refuse to say the word because I feel like it is profoundly sad. And I'm just not going to do that. Okay, let's talk about the mentor. I feel like this energy, this warrior energy, really strived to have a mentor energy. I feel like they really wanted to help people. I feel like this warrior had a lot of really positive attributes. I feel like they wanted to do good in the world. And I feel like this warrior isn't a gender. They could be any gender, okay? Some of them had really tough lives as children, all right? And I think some of them did help. Like they moved on and became, not all of them met the demise at, you know, how I mentioned before. So the mentor, I feel like the mentor helped a lot. It's almost like a separate energy I'm moving to now. I feel like the mentor helped a lot of this beggar, hedonist, trickster energy. So I feel like this energy coming forward may be like a counselor, a doctor, a nurse, a teacher. Like, I'm seeing like someone driving an ambulance. I'm seeing a firefighter. I'm seeing a police person. I'm seeing someone who works at like a restaurant who's just like heals everyone with their smile every morning. I'm seeing different kinds of people who heal where they are. It's like someone who heals from their corner of the world, right? And they heal in a natural kind of way. So it varies. See how this mentor is wrapped this other person around them. And I feel like the warrior, the mentor, the athlete, the artist, they all want you to know that they're there. They're around you. They're there protecting you. And whatever guilt, whatever dysfunction you feel that you left or they don't know or you're afraid they don't know, release it because they know that you love them. They know that, whatever harsh words were said or sent were said from a very like human place. And love transcends the petty human emotions. Okay, we're all human. We all say things we don't mean in the heat of the moment. And this person, if you need forgiveness, this person forgives you. And likewise, they want you to forgive them. There's a need here to kind of release this energy. Not because they don't want to be around you, but because you need to release them. You need to let them go so that you can move on, honey. You deserve to have a full life. And if you linger in mourning, you don't get to embrace life fully. And let me tell you, there's a whole big world out there for you. I keep getting pulled to this artist card. And I feel this energy of like, there's so much out there for you. And I feel like this is a Passover like partner or love partner coming through now that wants you to know that there is more love for you. There's somebody else for you. And they really like them. They've been talking to their higher self of this person. They really like them. And you're really going to like them too. And I feel like now they're pointing to the athlete, artist, mentor, warrior as archetypes of this person. They're going to have a lot in common with the person who passed on. I'm hearing they're going to be a lot like me. Was this person like a Leo or something? They're going to be a lot like me, sister. They're going to be a lot like me. And I'm getting pulled to hedonists. I feel like they're going to be a lot of fun. They're going to bring fun back into your life. And I feel like all the energies here really want you to return to a state of joy. Okay? And I know it's hard when you're in mourning. I know it's hard to embrace joy as a means of healing from grief. But your life is to be lived. And joy is meant to be a process we walk through, not a state we live in, okay? And there are parts of grief, especially when we grieve certain relationships in our life, that it does kind of color our world. But we don't stay in a heavy state of grief with it always, right? We remember it fondly instead of bitterly. It's a shifting of perspective, okay? But there's a need for group 3 to move out of like beggar energy, out of like, I'm so sorry, please forgive me. They forgive you. You don't even need to be forgiven. They love you. They want you to be at peace and move on and be happy. They want you to embrace your life because the warrior that had all the issues, they're at peace. The mentor who helped all the people, they're at peace. The athlete, I feel like there's an athlete here who I'm hearing like he's looking at it's a masculine, and he looks like he's young. He may be college. I'm seeing like tall, blonde, like sandy blonde hair. It's cut off. It's kind of short. It looks like a picture from the 70s or the early 80s, okay? Because he's wearing like 70s, 80s like PT clothes or workout clothes, sports like basketball or football or something. This may be like a collection of them that like died around sports or around that time in a car or something like that. And they're just like, he's just like, it was just a freakish thing. It was a freak accident. High Priestess. It was a freak accident. It just happens sometimes. And it's okay. I'm hearing like, Mom, I'm okay. I'm all right. And he's like, I told you this before. I'm okay. The Hermit. I'm all right. I want you to be all right, Mom. Princess of Discs. I want you to be okay. I want you to move on. Ten of Swords. There's a need here to move on. Okay? There's a need here. There's so much like releasing of emotion here with the Prince and Princess. The Prince of Cups and the Princess of Discs. I'm hearing like, see the Hermit and the High Priestess. They're kind of facing each other here. And I feel like this Hermit, see how he's looking at this kind of Orphic egg? And it feels to me like there's a need for you to become aware that you're moving into a different stage of your life. And that, yes, you're mourning for a beautiful relationship that is passed over. But you are now moving into the next stage of your life where you can remember fondly your connections and really understand that there's love still there, okay? And all is well. All is well. Do not overthink how you left this, okay? Because they are at peace. Let your heart rest. Let your psyche rest. I keep pulling to like this. I think this is a lyre she's playing here. Because I feel like there's a new beginning coming for you. There's a renewal of vitality. Part of that renewal is coming from an acknowledgement of the strong bonds of this relationship, of the joy you had, instead of focusing on, a few minced words or a few bad weeks or a couple of years where you didn't get along or whatever happened here. Focus on the joy. Focus on the smiles. If this is a child, focus on the joyful connections of that relationship and let it go in joy and peace. And remember it fondly from a place of strength, of knowing that your love and your relationship lives on. It's just in the next room. And one of these days you're going to walk in that room and you're going to be like, wow, you really are here. Yes, they really are there. The energy is forever. It transforms. It does not die. It just transforms. That's it. There is a beautiful new beginning for you. You just really have to walk into the awareness of it. And you don't have to run to it. You don't have to like speed. There's no stopwatch. But it's important that you start to psychologically and emotionally make the shift. Start looking at situations with this passed on loved one differently. Look at the situations from places of joy. Instead of remembering the tough times, remembering the happy times. I feel like that's what this group wants you to do. Because the sorrow, the misery it's not feeding you, it's draining you. It's draining you and keeping you where you are. And I feel that these passed over loved ones are concerned about stagnating energy. Get out in the sunshine if you can. Drink some water. Go see some friends. Get into your life. It doesn't mean you have to be super happy about it. It doesn't mean that after you go see your friends, you might not cry. It means you're making the effort. You're making the effort to be involved in your life. And as you turn the wheels, it will get easier. But if you're not making the effort to kind of get back into your life can't really get going because you have to engage it. It's not going to come in and sweep you away and make it all better. You have to work at it yourself. And I feel like these energies will be around you, helping you, mentoring you, giving you strength, reminding you of joyful things. So look for movies and music and flowers and all kinds of things that remind you of the positive aspects of this bond. And focus on those positive aspects, okay? It will help you move forward, all right? Let's get you guys some letters, initials, and some charms. Okay, group 3, these are going to be your letters, your initials, and your charms. Keep in mind this is a general reading. It's a general session, so just take what resonates here. These could be your initials, their initials, a meaningful word, a nickname, a screen name. Just take what resonates. We have MODRIEOCAYQTMYKFZGP. Okay, we have a passport here. I feel like some of you guys may be going on vacation or going on a trip, or you need to go on a trip, or you need to take some time away to kind of get your thoughts together. We have several birds here. Okay, so pay attention to the birds. Spirit sometimes speaks through birds. Birds can be signs for you guys, so pay attention to that. Is this another bird? We have fairies as well. We also have a little charm. I think this is Jesus. Don't lose faith. Okay, whatever you do, don't lose faith. Lean into your faith. Okay, because I feel like it's important that you understand that energy never changes. Although your loved one may not be here, they're on the other side. Okay, they're just in another space, in another dimension. And when you make the change, you'll be there too. Okay, you'll be reunited. And they're really not very far. If you want to talk to them, just talk to them. They'll hear you. Some of you guys might actually get an answer back. You might actually get a sign or something, and those signs can be birds for you guys, or fairies as well. Some of you guys need to relax. We have a drink here. We have a passport. Some of you guys need to book a trip, or you're about to go on a trip. We have money here as well. And you know what? I can't remember getting this charm. So I feel like some of you guys are about to come into some abundance as well. Maybe you're going to come up with some money for a trip, or there's going to be a money that comes to you that you're going to be able to spend on a trip. So we have also this heart that looks kind of like a rhinestone. It's blue. The heart of the ocean. Maybe you guys are going on a trip around water or across water or something like that. Some of you guys may just need to go to a body of water to kind of like relax. Take it easy, eat some M&Ms or a donut. Donuts are some of my favorite food. I really like the sprinkled donuts. I can't have donuts anymore. They're not really super good for you. But yeah, so we also have the dice, the number 2. 2s can be a number of alignment for you guys. I get this energy that you guys need to relax for real. I feel this energy of like a lot of tension here. We have a plane. It's touching the black mirror. I only concentrate really on the stuff on the black mirror, but we have a plane here as well. Some of you guys, y'all are getting ready to go on a trip, or there's a trip coming, or someone is going to send you on a trip, or there's something about a trip, or you need to go on one. Okay, you need to take a vacation or something, because I feel like some of you guys are just, you have really your stress level is very high. Okay, and y'all need to relax. Some of you guys just need to take this weekend or a weekend and go hang out at the lake or the ocean or go swimming or something. All right, get yourself a little cool drink and go have some fun. All right, you deserve it, group 3. Okay? All right, guys, that's what I got for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you, beautiful, magical creatures, next time. Bye, guys.